Hello everyone, and welcome to my next video for the City of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia, where I am going to be pulling on the Rinoa character event banner, and I am fully prepared for this. I'm quite excited. I have been waiting for a long time for Rinoa to be released into the game, ever since I saw footage of her in action on the Japanese version way back in, I think, August, when I first came back and started drawing for Kuja stuff. I knew that there was a very strong possibility that I was going to be going down for Rinoa down the road, and here we are. So Rinoa as a character is someone that I have pretty complex feelings for, I guess you could say. I'm quite ambivalent with regards to her in FF8, for quite a few reasons, but I mean, in a way that kind of makes it all the more compelling to me, because okay, so when you first sort of encounter her on the train with the timber owls and what have you, and it's kind of like they're this kind of ragtag organization trying to rebel against the Galbadian Empire's control of timber. You know, I think she's referred to as the timber owl's princess, and you have to go wake her up, and she's apparently got like an infamously bad temper, and then Squall just kind of goes in and she's just like asleep on the bed, and you meet Angelo, and it's all, you know, it's all very cute. She obviously doesn't blow her top at Squall, which, yeah, now that I think about it, I think they met at the Seed inauguration party before, because she kind of dragged him out to dance on the dance floor in that kind of infamous scene that's referenced so many times, like throughout the game and outside of it as well. But okay, so one thing about Rinoa that I'm not entirely too sure how I feel about is that she was like romantically involved, or at the very least sexually involved, with Cypher before the start of the game, which I find quite interesting, and I suppose you could say in a sense that it only adds to the parallel between Squall and Cypher as characters. You know, here's one more thing that they have in common, that they were rivals about. And I'm pretty sure that when Rinoa speaks to Squall at the start of the game, the only reason, or the main reason, that she's talking to him is because she thinks that through him she can get access to Headmaster Sid, because she wanted to petition for aid from Seed to help with the timber liberation. So in a way, I kind of think that she has got this kind of, I don't know, almost manipulative side to her. Maybe not intentionally, you know, maybe that's not what she was trying to do. But she's very strong-willed, and she's very flighty, you know, in that sense, and you kind of get a glimpse of that again when you're actually in Delling City, and she's kind of like having a row. She's kind of like rebelling against General Caraway, who's her father, and he ends up locking her inside, except he doesn't lock her inside, he locks Kistis inside, because she felt really bad for Rinoa and decided to go back and apologise, and then suddenly she darts out of the room and they get trapped, which I also found kind of funny. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure how I sort of feel about that, but in a way I think she's actually quite a realistic character. You know, she's very obviously a teenager, and that definitely comes through in the game itself, because she does have a number of immaturities that show themselves, but I actually quite like that. I quite like that she's kind of realistic in that way, because I can't imagine, you know, I can't imagine a girl behaving as she does of her age. And it reminds me of, I'm not sure if anyone has played Xenosaga, but it reminds me almost of Shion. Now, she's not, you know, Shion as a character is very different. I wouldn't really say that she's similar to Rinoa at all, but they do have a similarity in that I think that they're kind of flawed characters, but I also think it's Shion's flaws and foibles that make her that much more compelling as a character, precisely because she's not perfect. And I like that she's written in that way. But then that's obviously that's the reservations I have about Rinoa, the things that I don't like that much about her character. But on the other hand, the one thing that I really appreciate is, even though you can say all those things about when she first met Squall, it's obvious that they have really good chemistry together, and they have really good compatibility, because Squall has become this kind of this reticent, withdrawn, sort of introverted type of character, and Rinoa is almost the polar opposite. You know, she's incredibly willful, she's stubborn, she's determined. You know, she's a woman of action, as the Opera Omnia blurb says about her, because I mean, she ends up joining the party, right? And she is with people who are literally trained military operatives. You know, they are trained soldiers. They've been raised from their childhood to do this thing, you know, to fight against the sorceress. And she's just an ordinary girl. She's way out of her depth. She's just a citizen, but she has this burning desire to change things and to make a difference, and it's that strong willpower that propels her forwards, and she tries so hard. You know, you can tell that she's barely sort of keeping up with everyone, but she just doesn't want to be left behind, and she doesn't want to be left out. You know, she wants to help, and she does, like, in a massive way. And in her interactions with Squall, you can see that same sort of dogged determination as well, because she does not take a no for an answer. You know, she's almost unnaturally patient with him, and she just will not go away. You know, Squall keeps trying to push her away because that's his defense mechanism. He doesn't want to get that attached and that close to people because he's afraid of losing them. But Rinoa is kind of like, no, I hear what you're saying, but no, you can't be like that. And she just doesn't go away. And there's almost some parallels there to, you know, I related quite strongly to Squall when I was younger, and there are parts of me that is kind of like that. And I can see shades of girls that I've known in the past in Rinoa, and that kind of perhaps also plays into my sort of mixed feelings. But even Kistis, at one point during the game, says, I think, something like, when Rinoa came into the picture, I knew I had never had a chance, and she pretty much admitted that it takes someone like Rinoa who forces herself into Squall's world that he kind of has to make a choice whether he actually makes a place for her or not, and he does. And then obviously you see from there she really helps his character development, and by the end of the game, oh man, if you guys ever played the game, you remember that scene where Rinoa falls unconscious at the end of Disc 2 because I think Ultimisia, spoiler alert, Ultimisia was possessing Sorceress Idea, who was the matron of the orphanage, and then she kind of takes over Rinoa. At that point, she transfers from Idea as a host into Rinoa, because Rinoa is actually a sorceress, and that's obviously where the Angel Wing and Meteor abilities come from in this game. She had like latent potential as a sorceress, and she's in a coma for forever, and it sends Squall into an absolute, it throws him into a loop. He doesn't know what to do. And there's a part of the game where you kind of are carrying her on piggyback across a bridge from Fisherman's Horizon all the way through to Estar, which is this isolationist country with like incredibly advanced technology. And you really see Squall open up at that point, because, like, you know, they're alone on these like unending train tracks, and he just basically opens up to her about everything, and you find out that, you know, he really does care a lot more than he lets on. And then again in space, when they're together on the Ragnarok, and there's quite an intimate scene there where she's kind of sat on his lap and they're kind of discussing what to do about the future and everything. So it's like, even though I think Rinoa, I'm not sure how serious she was when it began, she definitely grows into that role, and I do appreciate that level of commitment, I guess you could say, or devotion even. So she was always in my main party in Final Fantasy VIII in the main game. I think maybe the first time she wasn't, I used Kistis instead, because Degenerator is all kinds of busted in that game, just as it is in this one. But every time since, I thought it would be appropriate to have Rinoa in the party, for the same reason that I always used Tifa in Final Fantasy VII, because, you know, she's the main heroine. Well, I mean, FF7 you can argue is Tifa and Aerith. But in FF8 it's definitely Rinoa, and it just feels right having her alongside Squall, you know. So and not only that, but FF8 as a game is really not very kind to magic users. You can cast spells, yeah, but you consume your stock of spells, because it's very different to most other games, and you junction that magic to your stats to make you stronger. But that's not all. Like, even if you junction the strongest magic to your magic stat and you use the most powerful offensive spells you have at the time, you might as well just use physical attacks instead. I mean, if you use like fucking Dark Side with Squall and then get a Gunblade crit, it does way more damage than offensive spells ever will do. And let's not get started on how easily you can spam limit breaks in that game. Like Zell's limit break, if you're good with a controller and you can kind of get off his stuff in like half a second, you can just loop it almost indefinitely and do ridiculous amounts of damage, which just kind of makes magic incredibly redundant. But one thing I always quite liked about Rinoa is that if you control what stock of spells that she has in her magic inventory, because there are some that she will not cast while under Angel Wing status, which is a limit break she gets in the back end of the game when she awakens to her sorceress powers. Basically, it makes her cast magic randomly, but it vastly increases the damage it does, and that's where Angel Wing Meteor comes from, because Meteor, of course, is one of the spells she can cast, and I think it's one of the only, or maybe even the only, multi-hitting spell in the game. And because Angel Wing amplifies magic power that much, you cast Meteor with Rinoa, it does like 40,000 damage or something stupid. Like, I mean, it's still nowhere near as powerful as other limit breaks, but if you want to do respectable damage while using magic, that's what you do. So to see it come to Opera Omnia makes me smile a bit, because it's reminiscent of the setup that I used to use when I played the original game. So I've been waiting for this banner for ages. Despite my mixed feelings, I do still really like Rinoa as a character. Maybe she's not my favourite in the FF series, but she's very iconic. It's quite nostalgic, and we have Squall, so we need Rinoa. That's pretty much as far as it goes. And she wrecks all kinds of face as well. Her place in the meta definitely helps. So without further ado, let us get these draws started and see what we can do. So I know that there's a bug at the moment where if you do too many single draws, the game will crash. So that might happen to me, but I think if you go back after every ticket, you can stop it from happening. So this might be a pretty long video. Strap in and buckle up and get ready, I guess. So without further ado, let us see how much of a dent this will put in my resources. Will my luck streak continue, or will I finally crash and burn? Let's find out. Okay, this is connecting for an awful long time. I mean, I like suspense and everything, but this is kind of ridiculous. Okay, here we go. It's silver! After all that length of time, of course it's silver. We might be here for a while, folks. I hope you brought some snacks or made a drink or something. On a side note, I really love this boss theme. I thought it would be appropriate. Well, we have yet to see our first sign of gold. This will be our 10th ticket. Got your silvers. Go away, Irvine. I don't want your stuff. I mean, I'd take your EX Plus, but I don't think I'm going to be pulling for it when the time comes. So, how's about this? Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to risk the game crashing. Damn it. So, while we're here, what do you make of the summer reworks? I think it's incredibly suspicious that they have implemented the change to the game where you can acquire a character just by pulling their equipment. That to me suggests that there is a very... I mean, they could just be doing it to mess with us. Oh, here's a silver. What will this be? It will be a troll. It will be Squall's 4-star armor. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so I think there's a very real chance that Beatrix will actually make a comeback on one of these summer banners, because it seems an awfully convenient timing for them to actually put that change in. And it does mean that there is a way for newer players, or, oh shit, it's an Irvine 35 that already have MLB, along with everything else on this banner that's not a Rinoa weapon. Yeah, so basically a way for either newer players or people who missed Beatrix's event to pick her up. It just seems too perfect, like too convenient for that not to be a very real possibility. The only question at that point is, will she be one of the characters receiving reworks? I don't think she will, because I think that when she was released, her kit was so goddamn strong relative to the content we had at that point in the game. You know, she lasted forever. You could still probably use her even today to get full completes on stuff, which is 4 months down the line, which is nonsense. I'm super happy about that, because Beatrix is one of my favourite characters next to Sephiroth. So, you know, I'm so thrilled that they did her justice in this game. But that does mean that I think her getting a rework is a lot less likely. I do think Squall is almost guaranteed to be one of the 4 characters, and I think Tidus is one of those 4 as well, because it's already been data mined that one of the buffs that he gets with his rework called Winning Spirit is actually in the game, and Tidus has always got things early in global. He got the 35 CP early, he got the EX early, so it would make sense for him to get the rework early as well. What's this going to be? Let's find out. Another troll! Come on, what is it with these silvers? I mean, I knew my luck had to run out eventually, but at least give me some golds to, like, you know, keep me, string me along a little bit, maybe, you know, wine and dine me. So, I think Squall is a very strong possibility. Tidus is almost guaranteed. Beatrix is possible, but then who would the 4th character be? And really that has me wondering, like, in terms of power scaling, Kane is the obvious candidate, because when his rework arrived in JP, it was pretty much dead on arrival. Like, it was just not that good. I'm secretly hoping it's Lightning. I don't think it will be Lightning, but I kind of hope it is, because she was one of the only characters that got a rework while she was, like, still 60-60, and it was, like, towards the latter half of Cosmos, and she actually becomes really good. You know, she's not, like, the best by any means, but... Oh shit! Just Irvine 15. So, yeah, she's not, like, the best, but she's still pretty good. And very, very usable in Cosmos at that point. So, I really had fun using Lightning for, like, the 1 month where she was the best character to use before dropping off. To be honest, even if I pair her up with someone like Rosa and Lena, you can use her now quite well. In fact, the main drawback she has is the lack of overflow, because with all that Brave regen and all that battery, she just runs into her max Brave cap really hard, whereas now we have characters like Rinoa, for example, is just released, who can overflow and do splash damage. We've got, like, Golbez with his Shadow Dragon that just totally ignores the max Brave cap. We've got overflow on everyone. You know, we're in that stage of the game right now. Well, hey, a Squall weapon. Nothing for Rinoa yet. We're about 40 tickets in. I will go to pity if I have to. This is what I planned for. I've lost my train of thought now. Okay, I'm getting wrecked. My intention always was to stock up on Power Stones on this banner. Either this one or Sephiroth. Yeah, so Lightning's main issue being, well, she has 2 issues in my opinion. First issue being that Spark Strike is only a brave attack, and the second is the lack of overflow. Both of which are rework fixes. She still doesn't do more than 3 hits per skill. So she's kind of hard capped at 30k damage per skill, but except for when she does get overflow, which is nice. But at the same time, I know it would kind of make her too strong relative to everything else that we've got going on now. She's one of those characters. I think she's a bit like she's almost a bit like Lael to me, in that like it would be very easy to make her broken if you do too much with her, because of like the whole free turns thing and how fast she is and so on. So you kind of have to be a little bit conservative when you increase her stuff. But then, is that 7 off banner? No, that's a Kistis. Alright, yeah. Okay. Alright, whatever. It's a Power Stone, I'll take it. It's an FF8 Power Stone. You can kind of say that Kistis is the hidden 4th character on this banner. I'm probably going to use her in the event. Maybe not, we'll see. I might use Cloud instead, actually. Like Rinoa, Lena, Cloud. Okay, come on. You know, we've had our fun in our games. It's time to start giving me some Rinoa weapons. Please don't make me use up all my Power Stones, that would piss me off. I'm gonna having to go back to the wall. What's this gonna be? Please don't troll me this time. Okay. Alright. Alright. I'll take it. Why not? Okay, so what's happening is the game wants to lull me into a false sense of security, and it's going to drain me of about 100 tickets, and then suddenly it's raining golds everywhere. Right, that is what's gonna happen. Please, maybe, I hope. No. Okay. Oh shit. Why Irvine? Why not Rinoa? Give me Rinoa weapons. Let me save on Power Stones. Please. I'm sorry. I don't think you heard what I said. I said Rinoa weapons. Irvine is not Rinoa. That's pretty impressive. I've gone 60 tickets in without even seeing a Rinoa 15. That's kind of... Ooh, I don't know what that is. That's something. It's divine retribution for all the EXs I've got from tickets in like the last month. That's what we're seeing right now. I mean, it's well within the realms of possibility for this kind of thing to happen. So I'm not really that annoyed, but it would be nice if some of these golds were Rinoa weapons. Watch, it's gonna give me like the EX. It'll give me the EX before it gives me the 35. I'm gonna have to use tokens and like so many Power Stones. That wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but it would be a minor annoyance. See, this is why the Gacha is probably overall my least favourite part of the game. Because when you get stuff like really easily, it feels really good. But when you don't, it feels terrible. And you have to plan for that eventuality, because like eventually your luck will turn around and you will pull like absolute shit for several banners in a row, and then you get really good results. But you can't plan for the good results, you can only plan for the bad results and hope you get good results along the way. That's my kind of mindset. Oh fuck, okay, there's another 5-star maybe, there was a bit of a loading. What's this gonna be? Six-shaw! Damn it! Not what I wanted. What the fuck is that? What are you doing here? Ace? Why is Ace here? It's not your time yet, go away. You get to steal the throne from Rinoa later, you're still level 60. Go away. Well, at least I haven't crashed yet. This seems to work. I'm starting to get a bit antsy. I'm almost 100 tickets in and I've not seen a single Rinoa weapon. Is she a myth? Is she a legend? Does she exist? Like on this banner? At all? I mean, that spinny thing kind of looks like what she was off her launcher. It's not quite the same. I don't think it will fit. Oh man. Oh, what the fuck? What was that? I'm just gonna let this play out. Oh. Oh. Aha! Yes! So my tokens are safe. That was really weird. How it sort of did that. I wonder if that will happen every time I get like a new weapon. Because I've not done a batch download. Or if that was just loading Rinoa's character data because I've not got her from the event yet. Okay, so you and my friend are getting locked. There's my first Rinoa weapon. Now I know some people like to break up the monotony by sort of pulling for multis after so many tickets, but I really prefer just to sort of keep it to tickets. And for those of you out there wondering, why the hell are you using tickets if you're willing to go to pity on the banner? It's because there's not really any such thing as a banner that I'm not willing to go to pity on. It's like, I either want the EX or I don't, or I'm not interested, you know? Like, if I saved these tickets here, the only thing I could conceivably do with them would be to throw them at Freya banner for Zidane and Vivi's EX weapon. But I could just as easily skip that banner entirely or use tokens for Freya. And there is the possibility that using tickets on one of these banners will save me from using some gems on them. And after Sarah gets here, I don't think I'm going to be pulling for a very long time, because I have a lot of strong characters and nobody that's coming up really interests me. And like, I've already got Noctis, I've got Warrior of Light, I hopefully won't need Porum if I've got Lena. Like Pain would be nice, like I'll be honest, Pain would be pretty cool, but do I really want to pull for her? If I can get by without her, I'm not so sure that I do. Like, I'm not sure how long I can last in Cosmos with Rinoa, Sephiroth, Lena, Wall, Noctis, anyone else who kind of gets Rita, Cloud, whatever, Kistis, if they're still viable at that point. Like, if I can just survive on sort of reworks, like, because I've got Terra. I know that Ace is better than Terra, but I'm hoping to kind of coast along with reworks and who I've got already, up until, like, say, Charlotta and the EX Plus era, which I've already got Cloud for, and I'll have Wall as well, obviously. So, you know, I can afford to stockpile for a while, I think. And that's the plan, at least. Here we have Exhibit A, a silver, that remains silver. Love these things. I'll get to like 200 tickets, and then I'll start counting how many tickets it takes to actually get a gold, because this is definitely not my best look so far. Starting to become a little bit antsy. Okay, so under 200. There's 2 tickets in counting. Come on, give me that white screen shit again, please. I'll take that again, if that wasn't just loading the character data. You know what, let's spin the banner. It probably makes no difference. But it changes things up a little bit. So the average is every 10 tickets you should get a gold. I am now 16 tickets down, under 200. And God knows how many before that. And I ain't seen a thing. Okay, this could be something. It's a 15. Okay, that's 4 less power stones. That's good. That's very good. Now let's keep going. This is the game's way of telling me I got too greedy. It's like, you've got Onion Knight, you've got Golbez, you've got Lena. What more do you want? My answer to which, of course, is not an Irvine weapon. I'll give you a clue game, make it real easy for you. Don't want Irvine. Just once. Rinoa. 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 No. Rinoa. Not Squall! Fuck! Oh, god damn it. Am I speaking a foreign language or something? Shit, what's this going to be? Probably not in the X, right? Right, of course it isn't. That would be far too, convenient. Okay, so fun fact, after 150 tickets, you have a roughly 50% chance of pulling an EX weapon. So it'll be slightly over that for me. Which is fine, because I completely smashed the odds on all of my last pulls. I did expect something like this to happen. And we're still well within the realms of probability, even if we go down to like 150. I would like to get it within these tickets though. Obviously that may not happen because it didn't happen with Kuja. So it definitely might not happen here either. And I've heard of even worse stories from other people. But it would be nice. That way I would only have to burn my gems for Sephiroth. Game making me go back to the draw screen. It's screwing up my luck. That's what it is. You know what, let's try it from here. Just as easy to do it from there. I'll try doing 3 and then backing out. I think we should be fine after 3. Oh! What's this? Rinoa! Vanilla Silver! Of course. That's definitely what I meant. At least you get to see it happen, right? Those of you out there who saw me get like the ridiculous results I've been getting, you get to see my luck take a dive. Well, we're down to almost 100 tickets now. This doesn't feel too good. I wouldn't mind if I'd got more golds along the way and more Rinoa weapons especially. See? What the fuck is this shit? I said more Rinoa weapons, it gives me an Irvine. I mean, at least I've got power stones, but I'd have 4 times as many power stones if I drew the weapons for the character that I wanted. You know what? I'm actually going to skip draw this one. We'll see if that does anything. The answer is no. Nothing positive at any rate. This stings a bit, I'm not gonna lie. This really quite stings. I guess your hopes are just to throw you aside. Okay, you know what? Fine. We've got to 100 tickets. And we haven't seen much action. So I am actually going to do a single multi here. To see if we can reverse our fortunes. It's probably superstition. But who knows what will happen. Change. Change. Change again. Change again. Okay. 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 Not quite what I had in mind. Oh well. I think that was the first time I saw Squall 35. Not that I wanted it. Lie, man, it hurts to see so many tickets just disappear into the mists like that. If anyone ever wonders why people hoard in games like these, this is the reason. It takes weeks upon weeks to save up that many resources, and they can just disappear in the blink of an eye if you're not careful. Oh fuck, it's a gold orb. Come on, RNGesus. Whoops. 15. I'll take it. I'll take it. It's 4 less stones for me to use. Fuck. Excellent. Alright. That's more like it. Now, I've got enough of her other weapons at this point. I can make do with losing a few stones. All I need at this point is the EX. Or I should say all I want at this point is the EX. I don't think it's going to happen, but if it does, then I can say that this was all worth it. I have a cumulative total of 78% by the time I bottomed out on these tickets. I'm just saying it would be mighty nice if it were to come through for me. See, here's where all the Rinoa weapons were hiding. I told you it would happen after we got under 100 tickets. I said 200, but it's raining gold. What did I tell you? You get under a certain amount, and this is what happens. They all come out of hiding. So I think I've got enough to MLB a 15 now when I go through the event. There's just one more thing that I need from this banner. And it ain't gonna give itself up to me without a fight, is it? But that's why we're here. That's why we have these tickets. I'm a patient man. That was a loading. I'm gonna let this play out. As I said, those little loading things, man, you get a feeling in your gut, you know when it's gonna happen. And happen it did. Oh, it was a bumpy ride, but we got there in the end. So, I'm still, yep, I'm happy about this result. It took a fair bit of blood, sweat, tears, and quite a number of tickets, but we got there in the end. This, boys and girls, is why we save. This is why we save. So, you bet your ass I'm gonna lock that shit. That took 311, that took 250 tickets exactly, and a random 5k pull that we're not going to talk about. So I should be able to get the 47 tickets from her event, 3 more tickets from the summon boards, restock on the summer banners, whatever they're going to be, and then Sephiroth rolls around, so I'll have maybe like 100, 120 tickets to go for Sephiroth. That would be a luck sack and a half, but you never know what will happen. So that's all for this video. That's all for this banner. Now to go get my Rinoa all kitted up with her artifacts and passives and levels and everything else. To those of you who have actually watched this the whole way through, I can only say thank you for your patience and perseverance. And to everyone else who just skipped ahead to the point at which I drew the EX weapon, as I said, it took 250 tickets, and the first couple hundred were kind of shitty, and then it went into overdrive at the end, so yeah, okay. When all said and done, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Cheers.